Okay, class. Now, as I had student A up in the board, right, when we're solving this problem, I saw a lot of us had a little bit of confusion as to why our x value needed to be 0 when we're looking for our y-intercept, right? Now, some of us said that this was because it's the easiest option, the easiest way to do this. Others said we had to cancel things out, and to do that, we had to put our 0 as our x value. And I really like that thought. So, before we start to get into anything, I want us to remember what exactly is a y-intercept. So, a y-intercept is a point that crosses which axis do you think?
Would it be our
Y-axis, right? So y-intercept, a point in which we cross y-axis. Now, what exactly does this mean? So let's say we have a graph, right? This horizontal line will be what axis?
Is it your x-axis?
X-axis, good job. What about this vertical line?
Your y-axis.
Y-axis, good. So, let's say I have a linear function, right? This point right here crosses what axis?
Your y-axis.
Good job. So this will be my
Intercept.
Intercept. What about this point right here? It crosses which axis?
Your x-axis.
So this will be my
X-intercept.
Good job. Now, we're just focusing on y-intercept right now, right? So, let's look into that one. When we have our y-intercept, what is our x value?
Is it 0?
0, good job. So at this point, 0, right? We have a y-intercept. So, when plotting a point, we do parentheses 0 and then our y value. Good job. So, do we notice how when x is 0 at this point, we actually have our y-axis?
Yeah.
So, when looking for a y-intercept, we need our x to be?
0.
Good job. So, x needs to be 0. And same thing with the x-intercept, right? However, this will be the opposite, right? In this point, our x value, we have one, right? But our y will be what?
0.
0. Good job. So when looking for our x-intercept, we need our y value to be 0.
0.
Good job. Now let's go ahead and solve the problem, okay? Now, we're looking for the y-intercept, right? So our x value will need to be?
0.
So go ahead, write down in your notebooks. X equals 0, right? And then we can use what method? It starts with an S.
Substitution?
Substitution. So, we have y equals, and then that x turns into what?
0.
0 minus 3
parentheses squared.
Good job. I want you to go ahead. What's 0 minus 3?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. And then what's that?
Squared.
That's squared right there, right? So y equals, what's negative 3 squared?
Positive 9.
Positive 9. Good job. Good job in reaffirming that it's positive, because someone's getting confused there, because negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9, right? So, when we substituted that x to be 0, right? We got our y value of?
9.
9. Good job. And let me remind you, when looking at a point, right? We need parentheses x, comma, y. So could you go ahead and tell me what this point would be?
Would it be parentheses 0, comma 9 parentheses?
Good job. So this would be what intercept?
Your y-intercept.
Y-intercept. Good job. So as a reminder, what x value do we need to if we're looking for the y-intercept?
0.
Good job. So if we were to plot this, right? Would our y-intercept be up here or down here? If this is positive and this is negative.
It would be up.
Yeah, good job. So let's say this was 9 right here. Good job. And this would be my y-axis and this would be my x-axis. So, I would like to go back to what student B had mentioned about canceling out when we plug that 0 in, right? And as a matter of fact, we actually do cancel things out because when that x turns into 0, it becomes nothing, right? We get rid of that x. We don't even think about that x no more. And we're left with what's left, negative 3 squared, right? And it's the same thing when looking for our x-intercept, only that y value turns into 0, right? And why? Because we're looking for the point at which we're crossing those axes. So y-intercepts cross what axis?
Y-axis.
And x-intercepts cross?
X-axis.
Good job. And a little quiz. In the x-intercept, our y value will need to be what?
0.
Good job. And in the y-intercept, our x value will need to be?
0.
Good job. Awesome job. Thank you, class.